So we like to have fun, but we also like to build cool things. So I'm here for a couple fun product updates with relation to instance insights and how we're helping to arm y'all with this data to make better decisions. So the first persona that we build for, as always, is support engineers, product engineers, people who something's gone wrong in a customer environment. We got to figure out what's happening. So if you're like me, you may have questions when things go wrong. Has it been down recently? How has the cluster changed? How has the infrastructure changed? Has the customer performed any upgrades? Has any patches happened? Was the server rebooted recently? A lot of times that means getting into a call with the customer and asking them all these questions and playing 20 questions to figure out what went wrong. Now we've got some answers. We'll go into a little more depth in the demo, but we've got uptime, recent events, summary of the instance, what version it's on, all kinds of great data for you right in the replicated platform today. So you can spend less time asking your customers what happened and spend more time solving their problems. And especially for folks who are engineering leaning, get back to building and doing high impact stuff instead of the reactive work that is essential, but sometimes a little tedious. Next level up is we talk about customer reporting. This is adding features and value for sales, for customer success, who want to get a holistic view of a customer, how many instances they're running, what are the differences in environment and app version across customer instances, which, if any of their instances are having trouble. And so you've got this customer reporting page from which you can drill into the individual instance view, but we're also summarizing that for you at a higher level. So, you don't have to call customers up to figure out how much they're using anymore. You can just see it, and you can get a holistic view of all customer instances. And then the last feature, the thing I'm most excited about, is some of these more whole company rollups, all customers under one application, so that if you're a leader or an executive that's not solving day-to-day problems, but you want to understand how things are trending in the long run, or to be able to set high-level OKR goals like reduce time to install or increase overall uptime, and give your teams kind of that aligned autonomy and empowerment that lets them go solve your hardest problems, then this is what you want. So if you're wondering, what are the issues in my deployment process? How are my instances doing overall in terms of health? What does my adoption rate look like? There are at least 16 questions you could ask about this, if not more. So we've got some answers. This is some of the stuff that's coming soon. Essentially what we're doing is we're taking all of these instance states, rolling them up at the instance level, the customer level, and then the channel, and then maybe even eventually the application level. So all of these metrics, they have meaning at each level, at the instance level, at the customer level, even at the release level. So you may care about upgrade success rate for an instance or for a customer, but it's probably most interesting, how successful is it when customers are upgrading to a specific release and being able to understand if you maybe have published something that's creating an instability. So that's all coming, more that and more coming soon. This is an example of an adoption graph with some of those key rollup metrics as well. So I'll hop into a quick demo. So this is an example application that I've been running. So we've got the adoption graph, we've got time ranges, we've got the full customer list. We'll click into Big Retail Incorporated. This one's only got one active instance and then a few ones that have gone offline since then. And we can click into that active instance. Some really fun stuff you can do here is like click to specific events to understand what has changed. So we could maybe see, we installed app version 1.0.1.0. That's actually going to give us a shareable link that I can send to someone else on my team or embed in a support ticket, and it will scroll me all the way to that event. So not just diagnosis, but also collaboration features to make it really, really easy for you and your team to, again, figure out what went wrong, and then see the kind of holistic customer state and all the instances and all the attempts. And then at the last step, understand how things are trending overall across your whole company. So basically understanding these metrics compared to previous periods. What's coming next here? I showed you a couple coming soon things that are basically imminent, coming to you very soon. The other things we're working on is giving you instance insights for air gap. It's always traditionally been a challenge to get this telemetry data, whether it's version or health or time to install, from air gap instances. And we know that a lot of times these air gap customers are probably your most important and strategic customers. They need air gap because they have really, really sensitive data and they're willing to pay for it. But you need to have data. If you're excluding them from all your decision making, then you may be making decisions in service of only a subset of your customer base. So we want to see if we can leverage data that's already in replicated support bundles, and maybe even design a workflow for kind of monthly or quarterly analytics export from a customer instance without even needing a full support bundle. The other part of this that's interesting is, reporting is great, but if I have to log in and check a graph every day, then that becomes kind of overhead in my process. So we want to figure out how we can give y'all value out of the data we have without you having to check it every day or week or month. So at the tactical level, knowing when subscribing to a set of instances and knowing when any of them go down or have maybe unreliable or vulnerable versions. And then also getting notified at that more strategic level if your time to install is trending down for 3 weeks straight. Maybe there's something you need to look into. But at the core, get the data you need to make decisions about your business for product, engineering, support, sales, success, services, more. We're really excited to be working on this stuff. This is a product direction that has been super important to me for a very long time. So I'm excited to finally see it rolling out. Thank you all for your time. And don't forget to tell Grant that you hated Metric Madness. Thanks, everybody.